Happy Monday! Welcome back to my channel. My name is Kelsey and I'm here today to do week 4 of Cozathon. Woo! So it's like halfway through my day and I realize I haven't updated you guys, but honestly not much has happened since I closed out the other vlog. I had Friendsmas, then I went to bed. Then I woke up, then I'm working, and I haven't read much of window shopping. I got about 68 pages in. So far, so romance book, you know what I mean? Basically, this book follows a girl named Stella who one day when she's looking at a window storefront, a really cheery man is next to her and he's asking her what she thinks and she gives her honest opinion, and it turns out that this guy is the manager, owner of the store, and she gets hired as their new window storefront designer. That's pretty much it so far. They have kind of bonded a little bit and they are connecting. This book is 248 pages, so I don't expect supreme development. I'm just expecting some fun. So I will continue reading this and let you know what you think. I do expect to finish this quite soon and I do expect it to just put me in a cheery, cozy mood. So we'll see how it goes. Hello, just time for a little update on Window Shopping by Tessa Bailey. I am now 160 pages in, so I read about 100 pages in the last hour and a bit. I'm enjoying it. It's not crazy meaningful, but again, I'm just reading this for fun and it is a lot of fun right now. Very spicy so far. I really like the relationship that's forming between Stella and Aiden, simply because I feel like they are opposites and I think it's really cute. Aiden is definitely sunshine and happy and Stella is really the grumpy one. I also really appreciate the struggles that Stella is going through in this book. She recently came out of prison and she's having kind of this imposter syndrome that I think is really interesting that Tessa Bailey is touching upon. I definitely see myself potentially finishing this tonight or tomorrow. It's a very, very, very quick read. I have less than 100 pages left, so if I can finish it tonight, I will. But I also do want to edit last week's vlog so I can get that up tomorrow or Wednesday at the latest. Like I've said in my other vlogs, that's when I'm shooting to post my vlogs. It might be one or the other tonight, but I'm definitely enjoying my read. It's definitely just doing what it's supposed to do, which is to make me have fun and get in the Christmas spirit, which is definitely something I need right now with Quebec going back into lockdown again. It's definitely been hard and I definitely need happy, fun, sunshine times. So I'm happy that I have this with me right now. This was gifted to me by Honani, by the way, and I just want to say thank you again because I love her. Okay, bye. So as you saw in yesterday's clip, I did end up finishing window shopping like I planned, but I didn't get my video edited. So I'm really trying to focus on that whenever I can today in between what I need to do for work. But I did end up enjoying this. I gave it a 4 stars, but to be honest, it's more of a 3.75 to me, but I decided to round it up because it did what it was supposed to do and it gave what it gave. So I was also extremely down in the dumps yesterday. So this really lifted my spirits. I had a big anxiety attack 2 nights ago. And yesterday I woke up feeling like shit, obviously. So it definitely put me in the Christmas spirit and made me feel jolly and happy, however cheesy that sounds. I really enjoyed our romantic partners in the book. Stella is a big old grump and Aiden is kind of her opposite. He is the sunshiny half of the grump and sunshine trope. I really do love this trope in novels and I especially loved that the female character is the grump in this one. I think their relationship really worked because they provided the balances that they need within themselves, and I really like that Stella is this non-conventional heroine. At least for me, I have never seen a main character in a romance book that has her previous history, which I won't get into because Not that it's spoilers, but it does like aid to their relationship. On the other hand, Aiden seemed a little too nice for me, and that it was to the point that it almost felt unrealistic. But I do understand why he was written that way, because he's written in contrast to our main heroine, and we should see him as this like spark and light to her darkness. And I think that it did work that way, and it was really effective. And then to get what you're all waiting for, the spiciness in this book, A+, A1, chef's kiss, absolutely amazing. Due to the length of the novel, it doesn't happen very often. This book is only 248 pages, but when it does, it's good. This is my first Tessa Bailey, so I really did not know what to expect when going in, but I think the writing, as mentioned, was really well done, even in the parts that weren't so necessarily spicy. However, saying that, the introduction to our main characters is a little awkward and cringy in the beginning, but if you put your realistic thinking aside, this is just a cute romance, a Christmas romance, and it definitely puts you in the spirit of the holidays. So I ended up really liking this. I'm happy I read it. It definitely put me in a better mood. I did also try to read Shadowfall from Star Wars yesterday. I read about maybe 40 pages before I went to bed. So I'm also going to try to tackle that today. But yeah, I have a big day. I really want to get last week's vlog posted. I usually post at noon. It is noon now. It is not even done editing yet. So we'll see if it goes up tonight or tomorrow. I don't mind posting tonight. It's just that I'm not sure like when people watch videos. When I look online, people say to post at lunchtime because that's the time that people will watch. But I feel like when you have an audience from around the world, is there really necessarily a good time? I want all my friends to watch it when they can. So I don't know. I'm gonna see. I might post it tonight. We'll see how it goes, or tomorrow. I don't know. I also just want to talk about my next physical read. Since I was reading window shopping physically, I do want to pick another book. So what's left on my TBR to read? We have these 4 books that were on solidly on my TBR. This, I have a credit for it on Audible, so I will be reading it, or rather listening to it when I can. And that leaves these 3. Letters from Father Christmas. I do want to save it for this Friday, which is Christmas Eve, so I won't be reading this now. And that leaves Queen's Shadow and Queen's Peril by E.K. Johnston. They're both fairly short and have like pretty large writing, so I don't think I need a lot of time to read either of them, but I would like a dent in them. The only reason I haven't started them yet is because I was worried that because I was reading Star Wars audiobooks, I was, one, not going to enjoy these 2 if I read them physically, because like I've mentioned many times, I love the audiobooks. So I'm not too sure how I'm feeling about this. And the second reason is because I wasn't sure how reading a Star Wars book physically and then listening to a Star Wars book on audio, if it would confuse me. But I think the Alphabet Squadron audiobooks, and also if I would get into the High Republic books, are different enough in story from the like movie canons that I could probably pick these up and be okay with reading 2 Star Wars things at the same time. So I do think I will probably pick this up. I also have 2 manga that I think would be cool. I do have Battle Royale Volume 1 by Kishan Takami. This would be for the reread prompt that we have for Cozathon. I recently read Battle Royale in its totality, in its original form, which was book form, physical form. And I think it would be fun to do this reread prompt, but just reading the manga instead, because I am rereading the story and it does bring me joy. So I think I'll probably get to this. I also have My Hero Academia Volume 2. I really enjoyed Volume 1 when I read it. I thought it was so cute. So I would really like to tackle this entire series and read it. It's not like a major priority for me, but it would be something I think cute to continue reading. I think through talking this over, I will probably focus on reading these 2 physically this week, just because I think I could get them out before Friday when I want to read Letters to Father Christmas. So that's the update for now. I think that's what I'm going to do, but obviously with these vlogs, you are being kept updated. So see you later. I have been trying to edit something for like an hour now, and my freaking computer, people who have MacBooks, how do you get storage? I don't understand how I run out of storage all the time. I've had this MacBook for 1 year. 1 year. I bought it this January. How do you have storage? I don't get it. I'm losing my mind.
don't know. Oh, you're filming me. What the hell?
Good morning. I have my coffee, my little espresso, and I'm about to start work. But I do want to talk about what I read yesterday. So I got 100 more pages into Shadowfall, and I'm at like page 300, so I have about 100 pages left. Still really good. I do think it's kind of slumping from a like middle book syndrome, simply because I feel like nothing is really being done in the story in regards to the plot. However, something interesting happened when I put this book down yesterday. So I'm very excited to see how that plays in. It's a major villain character from the Old Republic, I guess you could say. When Rise of the Skywalker came out, people were like upset about a revelation that happened. And in this book, you see like the, I think, beginnings of that movie happening. I don't really want to get into spoilers, but I thought it was really interesting how they played it in this book and how this character is returning. Anyways, without getting into spoilers, I thought that that was really interesting, but obviously it's coming 100 pages from the end, so the first 300 pages definitely suffered some sort of middle book syndrome a little bit. But that just means that the last book will probably be really interesting and full of revelations, and I have to like not buy the third book and read it this month, simply because I can't, it's Christmas, I can't afford to buy the third book again. I already bought so many Star Wars books this month. And then speaking of Star Wars books I'm reading, I also got 100 pages yesterday into Queen's Shadow by E.K. Johnston. This follows Padme Amidala after she steps down from being the Queen of Naboo, and she's a senator for the Galactic Senate on Coruscant. So far, nothing really major has happened. Padme is working at the Galactic Senate, and she has her like handmaidens there. It seems to be that someone is trying to get rid of her, so that's Padme's plot point. I think we are also following Sabe, who is Padme's handmaiden and bodyguard. So Sabe, I think, is in Tatooine, and she is trying to like free some slaves there. But we haven't followed Sabe yet. We just know that Sabe is there. I'm interested to see if we get her perspective. We seem to be getting some of the perspectives of the handmaidens, and I really like that aspect of the book. I think it's interesting not to solely be following Padme's character, which is what I thought the book was gonna mainly focus on. So I'm excited to see how those two plot lines co-align. And yeah, so far so average. It's only 100 pages in, but yeah, I don't know if I particularly like E.K. Johnston's work. Like, as you can see on the front cover, she wrote Ahsoka, which was a book I read, I don't know if it was necessarily last year, but it might have been the year before. I had bought that in Disney World when I went to Florida 3 years ago, and it was okay, but I chalked that up to the fact that I didn't really know Ahsoka, because I, like, a little sacrilegious for me to say, but I never watched Clone Wars or Star Wars Rebels. It's something I do want to do, but it's putting in time and effort to watch that show. So Ahsoka was never a character that I was particularly engaged with. I chalked up the writing and me not liking the writing to the fact that I didn't know who Ahsoka was. But I see the writing in here. It's not something I jive with a lot. It's very simple, very direct, and very dry. So we'll see if that picks up and if I end up liking this book despite the writing faults. The last line of this book, she fucking got me again. Alexander Freed, he fucking got me. Now I need the third book. I need time to formulate my thoughts. Hello, so as you saw in the last clip, I finished Shadowfall by Alexander Freed, and I really enjoyed this. I know at the beginning of the vlog, it might have even been today, I was saying how I was a little bit scared that this book was gonna have middle book syndrome, but Alexander Freed quickly fucking humbled me. He was like, excuse me, bitch? No. And he was right. This book was really good. The beginning, definitely a bit of a slog to get through. I think the characters and the main players in the game are coming together and learning how to work together. But then around the halfway point, a lot of revelations start happening. Erica Quill's backstory is released to a lot of her team, and they have to kind of grapple with the fact that they were working for someone who was part of this like prestigious imperial group kind of thing, and that was really interesting. A character died, which I didn't expect, and then again, Alexander Mr. Alexander with his ending lines that fuck me up. The very last line on the very last page, in the very last paragraph, fucked me up. I gave this 4 stars. I really, really enjoyed it. The 1 star is ticked off for the beginning part where I thought that it was not going to be anything special. Quickly humbled. Really enjoyed this. I would, again, highly recommend the audiobook. But I think I'm going to move into another Star Wars audiobook. So with that Audible new member deal that I got, I did naturally get 2 credits, but you know what I did to get this one for free. We're not going to talk about it. So I still have 1 left, and I used it on Star Wars The High Republic Into the Dark by Claudia Gray. If you watched my TBR, I absolutely adore Claudia Gray. I think she is doing things for the new canon and the books. Like even the back, it just says like Claudia Gray is delivering some of the finest stories to the new canon, and I completely agree. The term High Republic is new to me, so I'm definitely going to do some research before diving into this one, but I trust Claudia Gray with my life. I know that she's going to do an excellent job. I didn't even talk what this is about. Basically, this is about a Padawan named Reith Silas who loves adventure, but only when he's reading it, not living it. So he's very content to spend hours browsing the Jedi archives on Coruscant. He dreams of being one of the great scholars of the Jedi Order, but Reith's master, who is a Jedi named j.r.r. Mali, has other plans, and she's taken a post at Starlight Beacon, which is the Republic's new outpost on the edge of the known space. As her Padawan, Reith must join her whether he likes the idea or not. So we'll see how it goes. These are, again, brand new characters that I've never seen before. Coruscant is a world that we have seen before. That's where the Senate is, so it's something I am familiar with. So I'm very excited to see how Claudia Gray tackles this world that we know, but with characters that we don't. Really looking forward to this. I cannot express how excited I am to pick up a Claudia Gray book right now. In regards to Queen's Shadow, there was our first like subtle hint at Anakin and the fact that Padme still cares about him because she has Sabe on Tatooine. Like I predicted that we would get perspective from Sabe. So she has Sabe on Tatooine looking for Shmi, which is Anakin's mom. So that's really exciting. We'll see where it goes. I don't know if this is a controversial opinion, but I love Anakin so much. And if he appears in this book, I will scream. Just so you guys know, I will scream. Attack of the Clones occurs after this book, I'm pretty sure. Now it's just when she's starting to be a senator, like I said. And I know that after an assassination attempt, Anakin is kind of sent to guard her. And that's how they bond and fall in love again. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Hello, welcome to a new day. I'm probably wearing the same outfit as yesterday. I can just imagine that I am. But I did want to start this day out by telling you that I read 150 pages of Queen's Shadow last night, and I got to the 250 page mark, so I have about 100 pages, which I'm definitely gonna get to today. Absolutely. Simply because I really want to finish this before tomorrow, because I really want to read Letters to Father Christmas on Christmas Eve. I just think it's going to be like the perfect read. I'm going to be such in the mood for it. So I think it'll help me get into the holiday spirit, because I know I'm going to need it. Christmas is going to be hard again this year. And I need books to put me in the spirit. Like I've said before, Star Wars definitely puts me in the holiday spirit. So really looking forward to reading these two, especially Father Christmas tomorrow. Like I said, finishing this definitely today. We've had some mentions of Anakin Skywalker. I love it so much. I'm really hoping at the end of this book that we see Anakin, because in the next book, we're going back to when she was the queen of Naboo. In that moment, she's about 14 years old, and it's around this time that she first meets Anakin for the first time in The Phantom Menace. And then Attack of the Clones takes place a decade later, and that's where they kind of fall in love again when they're both in their 20s. I'm really looking forward to going back, seeing if Anakin's mentioned in Queen's Peril. Queen's Peril. And then there's the third book, Queen's Hope, which comes out next year. So I'm very excited to pick that one up next year for sure. According to Wikipedia, which is the Star Wars Wikipedia, Queen's Hope is an upcoming young adult novel focusing on Senator Padme Amidala during the Clone Wars. So this is when her and Anakin... Okay, so Padme is adjusting to being a wartime senator during the Clone Wars. Her secret husband, Anakin Skywalker, is off fighting the war. Okay, so here together. I'm super excited. Like I mentioned yesterday, the writing is not the best, but this is like pure joy to me. Pure joy. There's nothing that I love more than reading about one of my favorite characters of all time, and that's it. I'm just experiencing joy. I mentioned yesterday that I wanted to start Into the Dark, The High Republic. I didn't, but I did discover I'm like clearly a fake Star Wars fan. There's so much information to like absorb that no shit, nobody knows everything, okay? Like you can't know everything, I don't think. So the High Republic occurs before the Fall of the Jedi. So the Fall of the Jedi is when like Phantom Menace occurs, Attack of the Clones, the Clone Wars, Revenge of the Sith, those movies and that TV show. The Age of Rebellion is when A New Hope and all of that comes out. So the High Republic really is the old Republic. It's the old Jedis. So I'm very excited to read that because we don't really have a lot of knowledge on that part in the new canon. So we had a lot of young adult books come out this year that focus on the High Republic, the old Republic in the new canon. I'm really excited for this to be my first one, and I saw that there were a bunch more available online. And you know me, I can't resist Star Wars books. I will be resisting now because from now until mid-January is Christmas time. I'll have gift cards to buy things, and then it's my birthday. I'm gonna try to not buy anything before Christmas, and then depending on what gift cards I get for Christmas and stuff like that, I will be making my purchases. Before my birthday, I wouldn't be surprised if I get a lot of Star Wars books, so I'll have to resist. And this will be, I think, the last audiobook I pick up. And then, like I said, next week me and my boyfriend are probably gonna go to a chalet because I just need to fucking relax and like leave the city. I don't usually read a lot when we go up north, so I'm gonna try to have an audiobook just so that I can like fall asleep listening to it. And I might listen to The Two Towers by j.r.r. Tolkien just because it would be a reread for me, so I could just like chill out and listen to it. But I am gonna try to pick up the second Padme Amidala book this weekend and next week because it's only like 240 pages. I don't know how Christmas is gonna go. I have our COVID-19 antigen tests with me right now to take just to be like 100% precautious. So I don't know how Christmas is gonna go. I could be reading so much. I don't know how next week is gonna go. I don't know anything. But yeah, that's the update for today. I'm trying to stay positive. I will finish this and start a bit of this today. So it's gonna be a Star Wars type of thing. Hello, so I'm here to give you an update on Queen Shadow because I ended up finishing it today. I'm gonna end up giving this 3.5 stars for a multitude of reasons. So first of all, I am so happy, and I think I've said that many times, to be back in the Star Wars world with Padme. She is a character that I feel like is not utilized enough, is not talked about enough, and is not shown enough. Am I a little biased because I dressed up as Padme Amidala several times in my youth? Yes, of course. I think the main issue I had with the book is that it is occurring during probably the most boring time of Star Wars. It's right in the middle of The Phantom Menace and Attack of the Clones, so it's no wonder that not a lot happened in this book really in terms of like advancing a kind of plot for Padme. We are really just reading a setup for the rest of the canon. So by saying that, it really does have satisfying links and Easter eggs to the rest of the series. And additionally, I did really enjoy seeing Padme in a role that we don't normally or weren't accustomed to seeing her in. We see her making decisions, being her own person, wanting to saving people, when in comparison to the movies, we really only see Padme in relation to Anakin. Even though I've mentioned several times that I love Anakin and I love this like bad boy romance with like a queen, like obviously that appealed to me as a youth and it appeals to me now. It was very nice to see Padme outside of that context. Anakin is not mentioned by name at all in the book. I don't know if I brought it up, but there is like one scene where Anakin is alluded to, and Padme does send Sabe off to Tatooine to get Shmi. Anakin's name isn't exactly mentioned, and so I think it's quite realistic that two people who met when they were children don't speak or think of each other that much, and I really appreciated that. It's nice to see, again, Padme separate from Anakin. It's not like Padme is being a senator and doing all these amazing things for the Republic while thinking about Anakin every day. I just don't think that that would be realistic, and I don't think that Padme
would do that. It was also, speaking of like Easter eggs, it was also really nice to see Senator Organa and Senator Mon Mothma like having roles and like speaking to Padme, and you see like the inklings and the beginnings of the rebellion and stuff like that, and I thought that that was really cute, and it's a nice little Easter egg for people who have watched the movies and know that these main characters are like big roles in the rebellion. However, despite this book diving into a time that we don't really see and what could have been like, I think, useful and wonderful information and character development for Padme, I don't think E.K. Johnston is the perfect writer to utilize that. I have read from this author before, like I mentioned previously in the vlog, and I find her writing to be really dry. And my major complaint with that is because Naboo is a people's and a planet of valuing art and artistic, and this is gonna sound so mean, and artistic talent. I feel like having a writer that would have utilized more flowery writing could have been a nice nod to the talents of Naboo. And this is not to like discredit E.K. Johnston, because I do think that simple writing styles do work for people, and I think simple writing styles do work for specific books. I just don't think that it worked with what Naboo values in a way. Despite this though, I am still really excited to pick up Queen's Peril that you guys have seen before in the vlog. Definitely picking up that this week. And then Queen's Hope that comes out in April, I will definitely be picking that up too, because I love Padme so much and I just want to see more of her character, and I don't mind that it's E.K. Johnston writing it. Although my preference would be Claudia Gray, obviously. The stuff she did for Leia, perfection. Also, the fucking epilogue, I have a gripe to pick with Miss Johnston. The fucking epilogue in this book, uncalled for. Uncalled for. Uncalled for. I'm not gonna spoil it. Uncalled for. I did not like that. I did not need that. I did not need to be sad today. So like I mentioned before, I will be starting Star Wars The High Republic right now, immediately. I'm gonna start it on audio. I need to be with Claudia Gray. I need to be with that writing. And I think it's gonna be the perfect audiobook to end out this Star Wars extravaganza. And then I can finally cancel my Audible prescription. So, prescription? It's not medicine, my Audible subscription. I'm very excited that I finished that. I can't wait to start Queen's Peril next week. In terms of physical reading, today I'm probably gonna focus on the audiobook. Tomorrow I'm gonna read Father Christmas, and if I have time, focus on the audiobook. This weekend, I might try to read the Battle Royale manga. I think that would be a good decision. Anyways, we still have a week. It's crazy that we still have a week. I feel like I've read so much. And I think it's thanks to vlogging every day of the week that I feel like I'm responsible and I need to read something. So it's very helpful. I might either do a video of this or add it to the vlog maybe tomorrow, but I really want to go over my planning for next year. I have two video ideas that I really want to film and get out. So I don't know if I'll be doing that this weekend. But definitely next week I'll be focusing on this, and either I'll include my idea of organizing my reading plans for next year in a vlog, simply because next week I don't know how much I'm gonna vlog because I'm at the chalet with my boyfriend and our friends. So I'm not 100% sure how much I'm gonna vlog, because you know I suck at vlogging when I have an actual thing to do and not when I'm home alone doing nothing. So we'll see how that goes. But I might include that in next week's vlog actually. That sounds like a better idea. That's it for now, and I will start the Into the Dark audiobook.
Hello, so it's Christmas Eve morning. Merry Christmas Eve. I am currently watching Lucy sprints, and we just got into our first sprint. So like I planned the whole week, I will be reading Letters from Father Christmas, and I'm super excited to get started. Hello, so I'm coming at you much later because I had to go deliver some soup to my sister who's sick. She's okay, it just feels like a cold. And then I also wanted to go say hi to my grandmother, so I just waved at her from the car, and that's what COVID is. There's nothing else. But before I went to go do that, I did finish, let me get the book, Letters to Father Christmas by j.r.r. Tolkien, and I absolutely loved it. I gave it 5 stars. It was fantastic. We'll get more comfortable here. So it basically did exactly what I expected it to do. It put me in the Christmas feeling, it made me cry, and it really made me feel like the love of a parental figure, father, to their children. And I think it's absolutely adorable that he did this for his children. My dad used to do this, write notes to me from Santa Claus, and it was really cute, and it's a memory that I'll always cherish. And I wish I never figured out that it was my dad, because I did end up realizing that Santa Claus and my dad had the same writing. But getting back to Tolkien, the imagination and creativity that he put in his letters was really beautiful. He created an entire story, plot, family, world up in the North Pole that his children got to read every year. The book was also extremely heartfelt, especially because as you're reading through it and the dates of the years start to increase, you realize it's getting closer and closer to World War II. And I was anticipating that. And so the last letter that he writes to his daughter really broke my heart. So while the book was really magical, this ending was extremely heartfelt, and I really appreciated it so much. I'm so happy I chose to read it today. That was my plan. I really wanted to spend the entire morning reading this book, and I'm so happy I did. Really enjoyed it and loved it. I did get a couple of, let me get the other book. I did get a couple of pages into the Dark. So at this point now, I'm 126 pages. I'm really enjoying it, obviously. It is young adult, so it's much different than the Alphabet Squadron books I was reading in the last 2 previous vlogs, but I'm still really enjoying it. It's written by one of my favorite authors, specifically for Star Wars books. I haven't read anything that she's ever written outside of Star Wars, but I'm really enjoying it. I think Claudia does an excellent job at creating a interesting plot, but focusing on the characters in the world. And I am a very character-driven reader, so I appreciate when the characters are being developed in the story, and I find Claudia Gray is doing an excellent job at creating the world, because as we know, it takes place in parts of the canon that we don't exactly know. So creating the world and establishing relationships, but also establishing like major characters, and I think it's done really well. It's also following a Padawan, and I think I read Ahsoka, who was a Padawan, and I read what was that one of the books that has Qui-Gon Jinn and Obi-Wan Kenobi, and Obi-Wan has his own perspective in that book. I've read from Padawans before, but I think it's just really interesting to read from them, because obviously they're training to be Jedi, they're learning like the ways of the Jedi, and you kind of learn things about the Jedi through the Padawans mostly, because they're learning and they question like what they're being taught. So I think that that's a really interesting perspective. We also have a perspective of the other Jedi that are on the spaceship with, I didn't even talk about what this is about. I did, but at this point, Reith is on a spaceship, and they kind of have to not travel through hyperspace because there was like a big explosion that occurred in hyperspace. So they are stuck on this planet that is home to an older Jedi temple. And obviously, as I've mentioned several times in all of these vlogs, the audiobooks, fantastic. When they're in the Jedi temple, you feel the mysticism just because of the background noises of the audiobook. And when there's danger, like their music increases and you hear the pew pew pew, and it's like, it's so captivating and interesting and pulls you in. And like I said many times, I highly recommend the audiobooks. And so yeah, I'm very excited. I will probably continue this into next week. I don't know how much I'm going to be able to read tonight. I am going to my boyfriend's family's house, so we'll see how much I get done today and tomorrow, but I don't think I'll be able to read that much. Also, sorry if you hear my boyfriend in the shower. Those are the noises that are in the background today, not my fridge, but my boyfriend in the shower instead. So I'm hoping that I can update a little bit. Maybe I'll film like the food. We are Italian, so the food is obviously really good. So we'll see if I remember. Hopefully I do, and hopefully I don't feel weird about just like taking a photo of the food.
This is it. This is the only clip I took.
Update you whenever, because I really don't know. Merry Christmas, happy holidays. I hope everyone had a safe and happy time, even during this difficult time. So see you.
I'm gonna be perfectly honest. I am extremely hungover, and I wanted to read Battle Royale today, but I don't know if that's like, I don't know if I should read that on Christmas. I feel exhausted. I think I'm just gonna take a break and eat more food later. And Goodreads goal be damned. I already passed it, so there's nothing, I don't even need to do anything. This is just for myself. So I'm giving myself a reprise. I'm gonna catch up on some Vlogmas videos and eat a lot of food later.
The aftermath. Hello, so I just got out of the shower and I realized I never closed out this vlog. So we're gonna do it now when I'm looking fresh, I guess. So this weekend has been really hard, just because I tried filming. I couldn't see all of the family that I wanted to see. So I've been pretty like, this week. So hopefully next week's the last week of cozathon. So I really hope that I do better. But let's go over what we read. I don't really feel like getting the books. So anyways, we'll just go over them quickly. So window shopping, I enjoyed it. It was a quick, fun read, gave me what I needed, 4 stars. Then I read Shadowfall. I finished Shadowfall this week also, and I gave it 4 stars, even though I thought it was going to be like a middle of the road book. It ended up really surprising me. Then I also finished Queen's Shadow by Johnston, and I give that 3.5 stars. I haven't started Queen's Peril yet, but I will be doing it in the next vlog. It is one of the books I absolutely want to and need to finish before I go to a chalet up north with my friends. Letters to Father Christmas. Best book ever, 5 stars, loved it so much, really put me in that Christmas spirit, and I'm so happy that I was able to read it for Christmas. It was amazing. Oh, and then today I did pick up and finish Battle Royale Volume 1. This was to fulfill the reread a book prompt, even though I'm technically cheating because it's not the exact book that I read for Thrillathon. It is the manga format. I'm giving this manga 3 stars because obviously like the story inside is a 5 stars. I have not stopped thinking about this book since I read it in October. I really love it. I've now consumed this story in 3 formats: movie, book, and manga. And I have to say that the manga is my least favorite, but just because I find it the most unnecessarily graphic. Like, I know that this is a graphic tale and it's about kids killing each other and whatnot, but there are some moments in the manga, like the sexual innuendos that are in both the movie and the book are not really as forefrontal or as transparent as in this manga. And I find like some of the characters in here are unnecessarily sexual when it didn't really come off that way when I was reading the book. So I just found it to be really weird. And the art, while I think the art is amazing, because the art is so good, it's really disturbing. Like, he's creepy and I don't like it. I don't like it. Is it more effective in telling the story because that teacher's so creepy? Whereas like in the movie, he's not that creepy. In the book, obviously you don't have a visual for him, so he's not that creepy. And here it's like really creepy. Like, yeah, it's effective and it's like showing the way the government is like weird and stuff. But like, I don't need to see that, you know? Like, it's just weird. The story itself, 5 stars. The manga, I'm sorry, I'm giving it 3 stars. It was just weird for me. This week, I also got 130 pages into the Dark. This, along with this, will be my like major reads for the next vlog. But that's it. I hope you enjoyed this vlog. I think it's gonna be really shitty, but I always say that and I end up having like a lot of footage and it looks fun, at least to me. I hope you had a really happy holidays. Here in Quebec, it's been really hard, but I hope for everybody else, it's felt like at least semi-normal Christmas. If you would like to follow me on any of my other social medias, I do leave a link down below to my Twitter, Goodreads, and Instagram if you would like to follow me there. And also, because it is the end of the video, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring the notification bell. It makes me feel really special and does wonders for my channel. But that's it. I don't know what else to say besides happy holidays again. And I will see you in the next vlog. Okay, bye.